SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
In the headlines, High Court judge ruled churches will have a say in the case challenging the country's buggery and gross indecency laws. Barbados Prime Minister tells electricity company no effort must be spared in resolving the problems which has led to island-wide outages for the past 2 days. U.S. ambassador to the EU blows holes in President Trump's Ukraine defense in bombshell testimony at impeachment inquiry. And in sports, LeBron makes history in Lakers' victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's Evening News and Sports.
That was the news headline sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Wednesday, November 20th, 2019. I am Yvette Bowens with the details. High Court Judge Justice Esco Henry ruled to have the Christian Coalition, which is made up of 10 local churches, to be included in the court challenge to the country's buggery and gross indecency laws. 5 lawyers are representing the churches and are pleased that they were granted the opportunity to represent the Christian community in the matter. The judge accepted the application for the Seventh-day Adventist Church to lead the representation for the 10 churches. One of the lawyers, Mandela Peters, spoke more about the ruling that was handed down by the judge.
Stated that those applicant churches were granted leave to join the proceedings as interested parties. The incorporated trustees of the Seventh-day Adventist Church was appointed to represent the interested parties, and the claimants and the Attorney General were ordered to serve copies of their statements of cases and their submissions upon the applicant churches. Leave was also granted to the applicant churches to file no more than 2 affidavits in response to the claimant's affidavits, and were also granted leave to file written submissions and also to present submissions orally before the court.
The church's application to be joint parties with the Attorney General was based on 2 civil procedure rules. Another lawyer representing the churches, Shirley Bailey, said the written decision from the judge was not ready, which would have stated which procedures were used.
The application that was made before the High Court last week came under 2 parts of the civil procedure rules of 2000, which were amended in 2015, and that was Part 19, which allows an interested party to be joined into the proceedings, and Part 56, which is the section of the civil procedure rules that deals with matters of this type, a constitutional matter, judicial reviews, anything that happens administratively. We're still awaiting the full written decision from the High Court. We had the order read to us in court this morning. So with regards to what part of the civil procedure rules we were permitted to join as parties, that's a little unclear at this time. We will we're eagerly awaiting to see how the High Court ruled in our favour.
The lawyer said that the ruling was highly anticipated and they are prepared to represent the clients, the churches, to the best of their abilities.
This is a great step in that we are now able to present our we are able to present our position in these proceedings. We'll be able to present evidence in support of our position, and also we'll be able to file legal arguments and submissions before the court. So the court is going to be able to get a more rounded view of the issues involved in this matter.
Be able to break down these arguments in bite-sized pieces, so that the nation can understand really what is at stake, what is our argument. We've been saying from the get-go that this is not a fight against persons. We are simply objecting to a behavior, a particular conduct that we believe is damaging, and the record shows that it is, and we want to do what we can to help protect this nation.
The church's legal team is expected to submit their written applications and oral applications in December. Human rights activist Jeannie Oliver is not pleased with the way child abuse cases are being handled and said more has to be done to protect the nation's children. Oliver was speaking to SVG-TV News on the occasion of International Children's Rights Day, observed today under the theme, Children of Today, Our Keepers Tomorrow. The human rights activist said that while there have been many advances made for children generally, child abuse remains a sore issue which needs to be addressed urgently.
Sense of legislation for any foster care program. So while we may take the children from their parents, where parents are abusing them, there isn't that legislation to protect either the child, the mother, or the foster parent. There are issues with the implementation of some of the policies and the principles enunciated by the Convention on the Rights of the Child. Marian House and the Human Rights Association is aggrieved by the fact that the juveniles that come before the court are not housed at the
Oliver says she will continue to speak up until she is satisfied that children's rights are upheld according to international law.
Program for juveniles in conflict with the law, and the program says that there must be the juveniles must be integrated and they must be rehabilitated. How can we rehabilitate them if we leave them all over the place? They need to be in a structure, residential structure, where love and care and support will be given to them. If even they come to Marian House's program, at the end of the day, they go back where they are. There's no rehabilitation after they leave Marian House's door. And the Human Rights Association and Marian House will not stop speaking until we provide those services for the children of our nation, particularly those who are in conflict with the law.
Oliver is also of the view that persons dealing with children's rights should pay more interest in the welfare of children.
In our country, we put some wrong square pegs in round holes. If we as workers are not interested in the children of our country and their welfare and holding their hand and walking with them on the road to wholeness, then we should get out of the profession or the occupation that we are in. Care, support, interest.
Local butcher Richard Gibson has raised concern about a shortage of beef in the country. Gibson, who has been in the business for more than 60 years now, told SVG-TV News today that while some are saying that there is no shortage, the problem is not new and often becomes an issue as the Christmas season approaches, and more so with the country now exporting cattle to neighboring Grenada.
2012, they start exporting meat to Grenada, and it created a shortage of beef, especially top quality beef that I am accustomed to sell in the United Kingdom. So, and might become a shortage. But this, my greatest concern, this time of the year, we have a big demand for meat for Christmas, especially beef and mutton. But I'm not so worried about the pork, but because there's ample supply of pork. This time of the year, all my chest freezer here are already stockpiled with the special cuts for Christmas. Up to this time, I haven't got any meat to put in it. The meat that I am getting through is not even fit for beef burgers because it's too lean or too young. In 500-600 pounds, which is prime beef, I'm down to 300, 275, I'm at 320.
Gibson operates the Midway Butchers and gets his beef from 3 agents whom he said have also complained about the shortage. He said he does not have enough to supply beef to his customers at Christmas who are already placing orders, and that some persons who are also being affected might be afraid to speak on the issue.
The hotels in the Grenadines are making a lot of beef burgers for the yachty. They are making roti meat and use a lot of mince meat. So I'm supplying them with that. But when they come and order 200 pounds of boneless beef, 200 pounds of mince, I got a great difficulty in supplying that meat. So I had many meetings with the Minister of Agriculture. He told me there's ample supply. But speaking to all the other meat sellers in St. Vincent here, they all approaching me. I must say something. They were established long before I came on the scene. So why don't they go and call a meeting with the minister and explain the situation?
Gibson noted that he is not against cattle exportation to Grenada, as he thinks it is a good idea. However, it should not be done to the disadvantage of local butchers who are feeling the squeeze.
The cannabis that produces St. Vincent packed in Grenada. So this is not right. St. Vincent first. Let's get the meat industry in St. Vincent, get on a strong footing, and we can have ample supply. We won't worry about it. A few Christmas ago, there was a shortage of mutton. The same thing is going to happen again this year. I don't know what the situation will happen, if we will get any, or there are people out there stockpiling for Christmas. We don't know. But my main concern, I'm looking towards Christmas. Yes. To have in stock, because I age my meat. I've got a cold room here. I age my.
On radio today, Minister of Agriculture Suboto Caesar said he is not aware there is a shortage of beef in the country. 2 local traditional cannabis cultivator groups now have a secure, guaranteed market for their products. This development has come through the signing of an agreement between the groups and Green Lava, the first company to officially get off the ground in the local industry. The 2 groups which have signed agreements are the Greg's Rastafarian Progressive Multipurpose Cooperative Society Limited and the Farmers Solution Group, the FSS Limited. The Greg's Cooperative, which has a membership of some 22 farmers, operates lands in Mount Grennan, while FSS, with 17 members, has lands at Orange Hill, Rose Hall, Spring and Bower. In a news release, the Medicinal Cannabis Authority said as part of the government's commitment to maintaining and strengthening the position of traditional cultivators within the medicinal cannabis industry, investors are obligated to purchase at least 10% of their cannabis from them. Green Lava SVG was one of the first companies to be granted a Class C license, allowing them to extract, export and cultivate up to 25 acres of medicinal cannabis. The MCA said their 5-acre farm has a capacity to produce over 8,000 pounds per year. There are future plans to reach full capacity of 25 acres, which will result in a yearly yield of over 35,000 pounds. Well-trained entrepreneurs' access to capital and lands are important factors of production for any business to get off the ground and thrive. And Minister of Finance Camilla Gonsalves said the government continues to examine ways to assist young entrepreneurs in this regard. Minister Gonsalves was speaking at a training grant and business incubation graduation ceremony yesterday, hosted by the SVG National Center of Technological Innovation at the Methodist Church Hall. 152 individuals received training in the various programs, which are internationally recognized. They include ICDL, Compatia A+, and Networking, and Adobe Photoshop. A well-trained staff is key for any successful business, and Minister Gonzalez said the government will continue to provide training opportunities for youth entrepreneurs.
This program, CASIP, NCTI, with the help of the World Bank, is not a one-off. 700 people have been trained. 25 businesses have gotten substantial grants. And it doesn't just end like that. We're going to continue our investment in training people for technology. We're going to continue our investment in helping businesses get off the ground, move from idea to execution. And we're going to continue demonstrating that even in a poor country with limited resources, we believe the best way forward, the fastest way forward, the most efficient way forward is to bet on young people who are innovative and who are willing to use technology to advance themselves, to advance their families, and to advance this wonderful country of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This is one example of that. I want to congratulate all of you for your achievements and the fantastic job you have done, and we look forward to seeing what more you will accomplish now that you have been so equipped by this wonderful program.
Many young entrepreneurs struggle to access funding for their business ideas, and with this in mind, Minister Gonzalez said the government will soon be engaged in projects to assist these entrepreneurs in finding space and grant funding.
And the government will also be creating in various locations around St. Vincent and the Grenadines some small, modest spaces for entrepreneurs who are offering services or goods, but who might not be able to rent an office or rent a facility to offer those services or goods. We'll be piloting some locations around St. Vincent and the Grenadines where a young person can set up for not money, but undertakings about how they will maintain the place and what they will do and so on. And we'll be setting that up in this year as well. So we're trying to put some money in the hands of entrepreneurs as grants. We're trying to put some physical locations in the hands of entrepreneurs, and we are demonstrating our faith in young people, in entrepreneurs, and in technology to take this country going forward. And you'll hear more about that in the coming weeks.
At yesterday's graduation, a total of 40 out of the 150 graduates were women. Minister Gonzalez said more work must be done to encourage women to become involved in ICT.
So I expect in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, whenever we have a graduation or an event recognizing academic excellence, I expect to see more women than men, because that's a trend nationally. And when it is skewed this much in favor of men, about 113 men to about 40 women, it tells me that there's still a culture that thinks ICT is a man's world. And we have to do what we can to encourage more young women to enter the ICT space, because some of our highest achievers now are women. And one of the areas for greatest growth and development is IT. So we should apply the minds to the field where we get the best growth. And I think we need to do more to encourage young women to participate in ICT. But that's a number we'll watch going forward, and we hope that we achieve something closer to a 50-50 balance.
Assistant Secretary General of the Organization of American States, the OAS, His Excellency Nestor Mendez, has just concluded a two-day working visit to SVG. A news release from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said during his visit, Ambassador Mendez conducted a series of meetings with high officials of the government, including Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, Minister of Agriculture Suboto Caesar, and Minister of Education St. Clair Prince, in which he discussed bilateral opportunities and future cooperation between this country and the OAS. The release further noted that Ambassador Mendes, a national of Belize, encouraged youth participation in the talent and innovation competitions hosted by the OAS through the Young America's Business Trust. His message was one of youth empowerment and entrepreneurship, emphasizing not only the need to tap into the creative minds for new ideas, but also to shape the youth to be immersed in the global community through bilingualism capabilities. Ambassador Mendes also held meetings with the Director for the Center for Enterprise Development, Felix Lewis, and Director of the SVG Community College, Nigel Scott, reinforcing the same message with focus on the youth. The Assistant Secretary General also took the opportunity to deliver a lecture to the students at the SVG Community College, in which he outlined the work of the OAS, its importance to the hemisphere in the areas of development, security, human rights, and democracy. Ambassador Mendes was accompanied on his two-day visit by Chief of Staff Lacelia Prince, former ambassador of SVG to the OAS and to the United States of America. Government to spend $1.7 million to organize vending in capital Kingstown. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
Local news sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
C-Star Limited is now located on the third floor of the first St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products to furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the first St. Vincent Bank building. Don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. C-Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home.
Breaking news! The greatest tile sale in the history of St. Vincent is back. With more, here's Thin Set Rowdy Face.
Thanks, Juan. Yes, free tiles for Christmas is back at Island Style Interiors, and there's real excitement in the air. Get this. Buy 100 tiles at the regular price and get up to the next 25 tiles absolutely free.
Wow, that is a great deal.
Sure is, Juan. My wife's making me buy tiles right now before they sell out.
Thin Set? Oh well, this is Juan Cool Guy signing off. And heading to Island Style in Arnos Vale for free tiles! Wait for me! Yay!
I think I have enough lumber for the fence. Just hope I have enough saw blades at home.
Well, you don't need more lumber, but you do need some galvanized nails. And maybe grab some saw blades just in case.
For all your hardware needs and the best customer service, Lane's, the family store for value.
Kidney disease is a growing concern around the world and here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chronic kidney disease is a life-threatening condition which occurs when a person's kidneys are no longer able to clean the toxins and waste products from the blood or perform other kidney functions normally. When this happens, a person needs dialysis. Dialysis is where a machine takes over the function of the kidney and safely removes the poisonous waste from the blood. Since 2012, Health Solutions Inc. has operated a full-service hemodialysis facility in SVG. that offers state-of-the-art equipment, courteous, well-trained staff, and a comfortable treatment environment.
We're encouraging for early detection. Anyone who is either diabetic or hypertensive and has any questions or concerns, please contact us at 784-451-2836 or visit us at www.healthsolutionsSVG.org.
Courts blackout deals are back. There's no need to wait because these deals are available all week long. Shop now for amazing Black Friday prices. Monday 18th to Saturday 23rd November. Only at Courts. Nobody does Black Friday better. Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back. Minister of Transport and Works Julian Francis said there is a need for more organized vending in capital Kingstown and that measures will be put in place to make this happen. Minister Francis was on Monday addressing the launch of activities being hosted this week to celebrate the 122nd anniversary of the Kingstown Board. He said that the Kingstown vegetable market, which he described as a waste of money, is the reason for a lot of vendors being on the streets in the capital, creating problems for business places, pedestrians and traffic, and that it is time to clean up the streets and have organized vending.
We want to make the final fling this year. Come the new year, the latter part of this year and early new year, to do something that has to be done. We have to lighten up the city. The city cannot hold anything else. If more vendors come on the street, and the way we operate as vendors, traffic in Kingstown, pedestrian traffic particularly so, will come to a standstill. And you will have more emergencies on the streets of Kingstown.
Minister Francis said that though vendors are very important to the society, they cannot be allowed to do as they please.
Not chaos. And as Reverend Davis says, any way you feel, you are your own businessman, so nobody could give you order. So when you come in town with your tray, and you take 2 pieces of pallet board and you put up a table somewhere, nobody must tell you to move it because it's your own business. Proud of the tables and chairs that they have as their investment. You put fancy furniture in your office, they put that type of furniture in their vending space. We need to clean that up.
The Transport and Works Minister said that $1.7 million have already been released by the Ministry of Finance to repair 4 buildings in capital Kingstown for the vendors to move into and urged them to take care of the facilities.
There are 4 buildings in Kingstown. We have $1.7 million. It's released already from the Ministry of Finance. It was released last year, and the Ministry of Works just pussyfoot with the project. So you have the old meat market, you have the old vegetable market, you have the current meat market. Those are 3 areas that we are going to clean up and make proper accommodation for the vendors. No pallet wood. I ain't carrying up 1 piece of pallet wood inside there. Any piece of pallet wood inside there, fellows must take it and burn it after we don't clean it up. The 4th place is the long room of customs. You know, since customs built this nice 3-story building, that long, what do they call it, long room, customs warehouse, we are going to take some space in that and we are going to break the walls, facing graves, put in some big doors like the market, pull up and close down, and we are going to put vendors in there. Once we provide comfortable surroundings and accommodation for the vendors, I expect the vendors to play their part.
Vincentian-born Wendell Robinson, who is facing imminent termination as Antigua and Barbuda's Commissioner of Police, has asked to be transferred to a suitable department within the island's public service. In the letter dated October 30, 2019, Robinson reportedly asked that he be placed in an appropriate established position within the civil service in Antigua and Barbuda. The commissioner, who was facing termination, also reportedly requested the use of a serviced government vehicle similar to what obtains in his current position, and that his 33-year tenure with the Antigua and Barbuda police force be honored in any new position deemed appropriate through secondment. 2 weeks ago, Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Browne urged Robinson to negotiate his departure, having been on suspension for 2 years with pay. Prime Minister Browne suggested that Robinson could be given a position equal to what he now holds. Antigua Observer online news site said subsequent to this development, the suspended commissioner missed 2 termination hearings arranged by the Antigua and Barbuda Police Service Commission. A Vincentian police officer who surrendered to police in Antigua on November 14th after being the subject of a wanted bulletin issued by the St. Kitts and Nevis Police has been charged. 24-year-old police constable Elric Juliano Clark, who was returned to Basseterre on November 15th, has been charged with allegedly having unlawful carnal knowledge of a 15-year-old girl on Nevis. The offense allegedly occurred on October 15th, 2019. Clark, a new police recruit in Nevis, disappeared from the Federation before he was charged with the offense. He was hiding on Antigua and Barbuda's sister island, Redonda, and surrendered at the St. John's police station on the mainland on Thursday, November 14th. The Antigua Observer news site said Clark told the police in Antigua that he had left St. Kitts 12 days earlier via boat and was dropped off on Redonda, where he remained for approximately 10 days before getting another boat ride to Antigua. The news site said since his return to St. Kitts, Clark has been charged but is yet to make a court appearance. However, the St. Kitts Nevis police are expected to object to his bail. Barbados Prime Minister tells electricity company no effort must be spared in resolving the problems which have led to island-wide outages for the past 2 days. This from the region. When we return, stay with us.
Local news segment.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs, and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci Tang. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci Tang. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci Tang. Juicy.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up. Start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing, It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
26 retail shops and restaurants open now for your convenience. At the cruise ship terminal, at the cruise ship terminal. It's a great venue to run for functions, secure parking, great ambiance. At the cruise ship terminal, at the cruise ship terminal.
Convenient parking at the Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal and the Geese Compound. The Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal has 26 retail shops and restaurants with a variety of food offerings. A great secure venue for your functions with a great ambience. Also, we offer lock storage service. The Cruise Ship Terminal, convenience for you.
At the cruise ship terminal, the cruise ship terminal.
Courts blackout deals are back. There's no need to wait because these deals are available all week long. Shop now for amazing Black Friday prices. Monday 18th to Saturday 23rd November. Only at Courts. Nobody does Black Friday better. Courts, bringing value home.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
The festive holiday joy is flowing early this year. Have yourself a merry little Massey Christmas. Enter with every $50 spent and you can win amazing prizes such as a luxurious, comfortable and ultimately relaxing cruise for two with all-inclusive paid flight. Set sail to explore and discover the beautiful gems of the Caribbean. One island at a time. Bon voyage and travel in style and sophistication aboard a majestic cruise of a lifetime. And wait, there's more. This Christmas, exciting prizes such as a shopping spree with the value of $500. But don't worry, consolation prizes include weekly ham and turkey giveaways. Check out our Facebook page for more chances to win. See press and in store for more details. Happy holidays from Massey Stores. Our family serving your family.
Welcome to all news from the region. Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley has lit a fire under the Barbados Light and Power Company Limited, telling the Canadian-owned company that it must do all in its power over the next few weeks to rectify the problems at its Spring Garden plant, which has led to island-wide outages for the past 2 days. She also told the company, owned by Emira Corporation, its plans to change its problem-plagued equipment in the next 12 to 18 months was completely untenable. She said the company must explore all options to rectify the problem in a shorter period.
We will work together to make sure that whatever is done, including 24-hour days, including multiple teams, that we will look and revisit every assumption that has been made that would otherwise see new generation capacity not coming on board for another 12 to 18 months. This, we believe, is not tenable. We are going to manage this over the course of the next few days, but we have enough information before us to know that the question will be whether they can procure immediately tomorrow generating capacity or whether they will have to rent in the interim for a few weeks, have the generating capacity brought on the island while they procure the permanent one that will give the country at least the comfort of another minimum of 30 megawatts of power, what they call the energy bridge. This government will not accept anything less than absolute resilience and redundancy in the provision of power to the people of this nation. We have worked too hard as a government over the course of the last 18 months to stabilize this nation from its greatest threat, which was in fact the value of our dollar, and which would have decimated every household and every Barbadian business as we go forward. We have had to deal with other aspects of the lost decade, as we have come to call it, whether it is in terms of trucks, sanitation trucks that were not bought for over 10 years.
Dominica's Prime Minister Roosevelt Scarrett, in an address to the nation, described protest action over the past several days by a number of Dominican citizens demanding electoral reform as part of an evolving narrative to suggest that law and order have broken down in Dominica and that elections set for December 6th cannot be free and fair. He blamed the opposition United Workers' Party for the protest. We hear more in this news report.
We are saying once the playing field is level, we will accept the results. If you are so powerful, Mr. Skerritt, well, let us contest the election in a free and fair manner. Let us clean up the list. You heard the brothers mentioning about their dead family members whose names are still on the list.
Prime Minister Skerritt says protesters who clashed with police in Roseau Monday night are seeking to tarnish and destroy the image and economic well-being of the country. Mr. Skerritt says if the opposition is confident it will receive the mandate to lead in 18 days, then that behavior makes no sense.
The elections on December 6 are being held under the same electoral laws which have governed Dominica's free and fair elections and democratic process since our attainment of independence. Both the current Labour government and the UWP opposition have been elected through this exact process and under the same laws and conditions. It is this same process and those same laws that saw the United Workers' Party increase its seat count in the last general elections in Dominica, and also its share of the popular vote. It is with this same process and these same laws that the United Workers' Party and its supporters are forecasting a massive win for the opposition on December 6. So one must ask, what really is the reason and the cause for this gangster-like action?
The Prime Minister says he is concerned about the impact of these protests.
These protests are essentially to provide a daily source of video and photo footage for transmission to the international media and select international agencies. It is part of an evolving narrative to suggest that law and order have broken down in Dominica and that elections set for December 6 cannot be free and fair. It is the precursor to what would happen were they not to be successful on Elections Day.
U.S. Ambassador to the EU blows holes in President Trump's Ukraine defense in bombshell testimony at impeachment inquiry. This from the international scene. When we return, stay with us.
That was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
The festive holiday joy is flowing early this year. Have yourself a merry little Massey Christmas. Enter with every $50 spent and you can win amazing prizes such as a luxurious, comfortable and ultimately relaxing cruise for two with all-inclusive paid flight. Set sail to explore and discover the beautiful gems of the Caribbean. One island at a time. Bon voyage and travel in style and sophistication aboard a majestic cruise of a lifetime. And wait, there's more. This Christmas, exciting prizes such as a shopping spree with the value of $500. But don't worry, consolation prizes include weekly ham and turkey giveaways. Check out our Facebook page for more chances to win. See press and in store for more details. Happy holidays from Massey Stores. Our family serving your family.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at QCare Pharmacy. QCare leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. QCare Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
Courts blackout deals are back. There's no need to wait because these deals are available all week long. Shop now for amazing Black Friday prices Monday 18th to Saturday 23rd November. Only at Courts. Nobody does Black Friday better. Courts, bringing value home.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carrez Distribution Limited.
For over 60 years, we have sought only the best beans grown in the lush hills of the Andean mountains of Colombia. Cold Cafe. We carefully select only the very best beans and roast them to delicious perfection by our experienced roast masters. Cold Cafe. Cold Cafe treats you to one of the finest coffees in the world. Available in classic and decaffeinated. A rich flavor and aroma that can only come from 100% Colombian coffee. Cold Cafe. Indulge yourself in our delicious cappuccinos available in classic mocha and French vanilla. Enjoy them hot to warm your soul or cool to cool you down. Either way, they are incredibly satisfying. So go ahead, enjoy Cold Cafe and treat yourself.
Welcome to the international news. A star witness at the impeachment inquiry has delivered a devastating blow to Donald Trump, testifying about the existence of a quid pro quo with Ukraine and insisting we followed the president's orders. Gordon Sondland, the U.S. ambassador to the European Union, stunned Washington with bombshell evidence that blew a hole in the White House's defenses, implicated numerous senior officials, and left the U.S. president facing probable impeachment.
Previously, Mr. Giuliani's requests were a quid pro quo for arranging a White House visit for President Zelensky. Mr. Giuliani demanded that Ukraine make a public statement announcing the investigations of the 2016 election DNC server and Burisma. Mr. Giuliani was expressing the desires of the President of the United States, and we knew these investigations were important to the President. In July and August of 2019, we learned that the White House had also suspended security aid to Ukraine. I was adamantly opposed to any suspension of aid. I was adamantly opposed to any suspension of aid, as the Ukrainians needed those funds to fight against Russian aggression. I tried diligently to ask why the aid was suspended, but I never received a clear answer. Still haven't to this day. In the absence of any credible explanation for the suspension of aid, I later came to believe that the resumption of security aid would not occur until there was a public statement from Ukraine committing to the investigations of the 2016 elections and Burisma, as Mr. Giuliani had demanded. I shared concerns of the potential quid pro quo regarding the security aid with Senator Ron Johnson, and I also shared my concerns with the Ukrainians. I know that members of this committee frequently frame these complicated issues in the form of a simple question: was there a quid pro quo? As I testified previously, with regard to the requested White House call and the White House meeting, the answer is yes. Mr. Giuliani conveyed to Secretary Perry, Ambassador Volker, and others that President Trump wanted a public statement from President Zelensky committing to investigations of Burisma and the 2016 election. Mr. Giuliani expressed those requests directly to the Ukrainians, and Mr. Giuliani also expressed those requests directly to us. We all understood that these prerequisites for the White House call and the White House meeting reflected President Trump's desires and requirements.
That's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, we take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Carrez Distribution Limited.
Let's go! Turn up the fun!
With Chocolisto and its great flavor, enriched with vitamins and minerals that help you grow.
Chocolisto makes you big and strong.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited,
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They're paying General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Budgemart's Big Sellout is back with the best deals for you. 3-liter classic kettle was $47.95, now $35.95. Wok pan with glass lid was $80, now $60. Juice jug with glasses was $14.65, now $11. 6-piece bathroom set was $60.50, now $45. Water jug with glasses, now only $18.95. Animal pancake pan was $10, now only $7.50. Real deals, real savings, and no gimmicks. All these deals and more at Budgemart. When every dollar counts, shop at Budgemart.
And now for the local weather forecast. Present conditions partly cloudy, winds calm, temperature 27.0 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 87%. Barometric pressure 1011.5 millibars, 24-hour rainfall 3.0 millimeters. Today's maximum temperature 28.9 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 24.7 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 5:34 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow at 6:05 a.m. The forecast: partly cloudy to cloudy with occasional scattered showers and the chance of isolated thunderstorms. And our synopsis: a surface to mid-level trough will be affecting the islands.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Budgemart's Big Sellout is back and still has the best deals. Baguette bread pans, now only $29.95. 5-piece cake pan set was $84.90, now $63.70. 4-piece non-stick cake pan set was $55, now $39.60. 3-piece non-stick pan set was $29.20, now $21.90. Short motion bins was $297.55, now $223.15. 6-piece aluminum pot set was $4.50, now $3.50. Tall motion bin was $423.64, now $317.75. Real deals, real savings, and no gimmicks. When every dollar counts, shop at Budgemart.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grounds 453-2089.
Welcome to the evening sports. The Los Angeles Lakers continued their fine form in the current NBA season. The Lakers improved to 12-2 and won their 5th straight game with a 112-107 victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder. They were again led by star duo LeBron James and Anthony Davis at the Staples Center. James finished with a triple-double of 25 points, 11 rebounds and 10 assists, while Davis had 34 points. It marked more history for James, who became the first player to record a triple-double against all 30 NBA teams. Meanwhile, 35-year-old Carmelo Anthony made his Portland Trail Blazers debut on Tuesday. The Trail Blazers had a 115-104 loss to the New Orleans Pelicans. The 10-time All-Star managed just 10 points after going 4 of 14 from the field in the defeat. Guyana Jaguars, the United States, and the Leeward Islands Hurricanes won matches yesterday in the Colonial Medical Insurance Regional Super 50 Cricket Championship. Guyana Jaguars defeated the Windward Islands Volcanoes by 22 runs in Group B at the Queen's Park Oval in Port of Spain. In another Group B match, the United States beat West Indies Emerging Players 44 runs at the Brian Lara Stadium at Turuba in South Trinidad. And the Leeward Islands Hurricanes gained a 6-wicket victory with 54 balls remaining over the combined campuses and colleges in Group A at the Connery playing field in St. Kitts. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force beat DG Health combined 29-23 in the Films and Industrial Netball Championship at the Kingstown Netball Centre at New Montrose yesterday afternoon. Vitamalt Ministry of Education teachers combined also won their match yesterday. They beat C Airport CWSA combined 46-33. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
The festive holiday joy is flowing early this year. Have yourself a merry little Massy Christmas. Enter with every $50 spent and you can win amazing prizes such as a luxurious, comfortable and ultimately relaxing cruise for two with all-inclusive paid flight. Set sail to explore and discover the beautiful gems of the Caribbean, one island at a time. Bon voyage and travel in style and sophistication aboard a majestic cruise of a lifetime. And wait, there's more. This Christmas, exciting prizes such as a shopping spree with the value of $500. But don't worry, consolation prizes include weekly ham and turkey giveaways. Check out our Facebook page for more chances to win. See press and in store for more details. Happy holidays from Massy Stores. Our family serving your family.
Why don't I just go to Gibson's Building Supplies?
Here at Gibson's, it doesn't matter if you're building, renovating, or just shopping to improve your home. Because this Christmas, Gibson's Building Supplies has all that you need. With 25% off selected doors and tiles, 20% off paint, and 15% off store-wide. Many more deals to come. So why feel like this when you can feel like this? So come on in to Gibson's Building Supplies today.
The body moves in many expressive ways. The freedom of movement is often taken for granted until that freedom is restricted by pain. Myers Pain Kill Gel is scientifically formulated to alleviate muscle and joint inflammation. With this gel, you can target the pain in areas where it's needed the most. Bring the joy of movement back into your life with Myers Pain Kill Gel. Available at leading stores and pharmacies in SVG.
Courts blackout deals are back. There's no need to wait because these deals are available all week long. Shop now for amazing Black Friday prices. Monday 18th to Saturday 23rd November. Only at Courts. Nobody does Black Friday better. Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back. The Division of Technical and Vocational Education defeated the Division of Nursing Education 24-14 in second-round matches of the ECGC Island Sip Waters SVG Community College Netball Championship at the hard court of the Cyan Hill playing field yesterday afternoon. In other matches yesterday afternoon, the Division of Teacher Education chalked up their second consecutive win, beating the Division of Arts, Sciences and General Studies 27-21. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Youth Club had a 29-14 victory over Bethel Young Lasses. A waterlogged chilly playing field in Georgetown yesterday evening ended the match prematurely between SV United and Desco in the Hyrule National Lotteries Authority Northeast Football League. Neither team had scored when the match was abandoned. The match has been rescheduled for tomorrow afternoon at the same venue. Flick Wakanda had a 4-1 victory over Beefy's Convenience Shop Highlanders Masters in Group B of the Hyrule KCCU Digicel National Lotteries Authority Richland Park 9-a-side Football Championship at the Richland Park Oval yesterday afternoon. Emerson Prince, Kenneth, Marshall Earl Spencer, and Daswell Cambridge scored a goal each for Flick Wakanda. Lennox Samuel converted for Beefy's convenience shop, Highlanders Masters. And that's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Still going to town for hardware? No, you don't need to. Pinchers Hardware in Pembroke. It's your one-stop shop for all your hardware needs. We stock building materials, blocks, sand, and stones. Also plumbing and electrical fittings. We have automotive supplies too. And to make things easy, we will deliver to your location. Come on in or simply call us at 458-7591 or 533-1576. We are open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pinchers Hardware, located in Pembroke, where quality meets price.
Set for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prizes to be won. Set for Life. A brand new house. Set for Life. A brand new car. Set for Life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for Life. Did your day done set for life. December 28th, set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner, turn your own keys. Set for life.
Courts blackout deals are back. There's no need to wait because these deals are available all week long. Shop now for amazing Black Friday prices Monday 18th to Saturday 23rd November. Only at Courts. Nobody does Black Friday better. Courts, bringing value home.
And now for a second look at the headlines. High Court judge rules churches will have a say in the case challenging the country's buggery and gross indecency laws. Barbados' Prime Minister tells electricity company no effort must be spared in resolving the problems which have led to island-wide outages for the past 2 days. U.S. Ambassador to the EU blows holes in President Trump's Ukraine defense in bombshell testimony at impeachment inquiry. And in sports, LeBron makes history in Lakers' victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I'm Yvette Bowens. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV's News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Love it.
A wide range of furniture.
Right here at Singer.
Affordable beds and mattresses.
Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store
that gives you the best hire purchase deals.
Right here at Singer.
We'll outfit your home.
Right here at Singer. The #1 family store.
It's us with Singer.
Court's blackout deals are back. There's no need to wait because these deals are available all week long. Shop now for amazing Black Friday prices. Monday 18th to Saturday 23rd November. Only at Courts. Nobody does Black Friday better. Courts, bringing value home.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.